Moon in all 12 zodiac signs. Hello friends, today we will talk about the moon, the queen of the planets in Vedic astrology. The moon represents our mind, emotions, comfort, and inner peace. It shows how we feel from within, how we react emotionally, and what gives us mental satisfaction and stability. Moon behaves differently in each zodiac sign. Depending on the sign it is placed in, our emotional nature, moods, habits, and comfort zones change. So, understanding the moon's position helps us understand our inner world better. In this video, we will explore the moon's energy through all the 12 zodiac signs, from bold Aries to sensitive Pisces. Let's see how the moon thinks, feels, and expresses itself in each sign, and what that means for you. So let's begin our journey with the moon through the signs. Moon in Aries, the bold and impulsive mind, what the moon signifies. In Vedic astrology, the moon shows your mind, emotions, comfort zone, and how you respond emotionally. It governs your instincts, nurturing nature, habits, and how calm or restless your inner world feels. What Aries signifies? Aries is a fire sign ruled by Mars, the planet of action, courage, and aggression. Aries represents quick beginnings, independence, and bold energy. Moon in Aries. The moon in Aries brings a very active, passionate, and impulsive emotional nature. The moon represents our inner feelings, peace of mind, and comfort. It is soft, nurturing, and emotional. Aries, on the other hand, is a fiery and action-oriented sign. So when the gentle moon enters bold Aries, the mind becomes full of energy and urgency. Aries gives the moon a go-getter attitude. Emotions come fast and decisions are made quickly, sometimes without much thinking. The fire element adds intensity and courage to the emotional self, making the person strong-willed and quick to take action. This placement creates a personality that needs constant movement, excitement, and something new to feel emotionally satisfied. Mindset and behavior has a restless mind that always looks for something exciting or challenging, tends to trust gut feelings and act without overthinking, needs personal space and freedom to feel mentally balanced, gets easily bored with routines, prefers spontaneity and quick decisions, finds comfort in taking initiative and being in control of situations. Challenges can be impulsive or emotionally reactive, short temper or irritation under emotional stress, difficulty in pausing and reflecting before reacting, needs to learn patience and emotional maturity. What to practice? Develop patience by practicing mindfulness and counting to 10 before reacting to emotional triggers. Use deep breathing exercises or pranayama to calm a restless mind and reduce impulsiveness. Avoid rushing into decisions or arguments. Take a moment to reflect. Channel your abundant energy into physical activities like yoga, jogging, or sports to release tension healthily. Engage in creative hobbies such as painting, music, or writing to express your emotions constructively. Moon in Taurus, the calm and grounded mind. What the moon signifies. In Vedic astrology, the moon represents your mind, emotions, comfort zone, and how you respond emotionally. It governs your instincts, nurturing nature, habits, and how peaceful or restless your inner world feels. What Taurus signifies. Taurus is an earth sign ruled by Venus, the planet of beauty, comfort, and stability. Taurus symbolizes patience, material security, sensuality, and love for nature's pleasures. Moon in Taurus. When the gentle moon is placed in Taurus, emotions become steady, calm, and deeply rooted. Taurus's earth element grounds the emotional mind, providing patience and a need for security and comfort. Taurus helps the moon to feel emotionally stable and connected to tangible comforts. This placement favors nurturing through routine, beauty, and reliable support systems. It creates a personality that values peace, loyalty, and sensual pleasures to feel emotionally content. Mindset and behavior. Patient and slow to anger, prefers steady progress. Seeks emotional and material security above all. Appreciates routine, comfort, and beautiful surroundings. Thinks carefully before making decisions. Rarely rushes. Emotionally loyal and nurturing in relationships. Challenges. Can be stubborn and resistant to emotional or life changes. May hold on to feelings or grudges too long. Sometimes overly cautious, avoiding risks or new experiences. What to practice? Practice emotional flexibility by gently welcoming change and new perspectives. Express feelings openly instead of bottling them up to avoid emotional blockages. Engage in mindful relaxation like nature walks, gardening, or slow breathing exercises. Cultivate patience without rigidity, learning when to hold firm and when to adapt. Balance routine with occasional spontaneity to keep the emotional mind fresh and healthy. Moon in Gemini, the curious and quick mind, what the moon signifies. In Vedic astrology, the moon governs your mind, emotions, comfort zone, and instincts. It shapes how you process feelings, your mental habits, and emotional responses. What Gemini signifies. Gemini is an air sign ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, intellect, and adaptability. Gemini represents curiosity, versatility, quick thinking, and social interaction. Moon in Gemini. When the moon is placed in Gemini, emotions tend to be changeable and influenced by mental activity. The airy nature of Gemini brings restlessness and a need for constant mental stimulation. Gemini adds curiosity and cleverness to the emotional nature. This placement encourages a lively mind that loves to learn and communicate feelings. The moon in Gemini expresses emotions through words, ideas, and social connections. Mindset and behavior, quick thinker with an active and curious mind, enjoys conversation and sharing ideas for emotional comfort. Easily bored with routine, seeks variety and new experiences, emotionally adaptable but sometimes inconsistent, tends to analyze feelings rather than fully feel them. Challenges, can be nervous or anxious due to mental overstimulation, indecisive and scattered emotional focus, difficulty in settling emotionally or finding deep peace. What to practice? Practice mindfulness and grounding techniques to calm the restless mind. Work on deep emotional connection rather than just intellectualizing feelings. Develop patience and allow time to fully process emotions. Engage in activities like journaling, meditation, or creative writing to express feelings constructively. Balance social interaction with quiet solitude for emotional balance. Moon in Cancer, the nurturing and sensitive mind. What the moon signifies. In Vedic astrology, the moon governs your mind, emotions, comfort zone, and instincts. It reflects your inner feelings, nurturing nature, and emotional well-being. What Cancer signifies. Cancer is a water sign ruled by the moon itself. Cancer stands for home, family, emotional security, protection, and caring. Moon in Cancer. The moon feels at home in Cancer, its own sign, bringing deep emotional sensitivity, strong intuition, and a caring nature. This placement strengthens emotional bonds and gives a strong need for security and comfort. Emotions run deep and the mind is naturally nurturing and protective. Intuition is heightened, making the person emotionally aware of others' needs. Mindset and behavior. Emotionally empathetic and caring toward loved ones. Highly intuitive and sensitive to surroundings. Strong attachment to family, home, and traditions. Can be cautious or reserved emotionally until trust is built. Feels happiest in secure, comfortable environments. Challenges. Tendency toward mood swings and emotional ups and downs. Can become overly protective or clingy. Sensitive to criticism and emotional wounds. Needs to guard against emotional insecurity or fear of abandonment. What to practice? Practice self-care and emotional boundaries to maintain inner balance. Engage in grounding activities like meditation, nature walks, or pranayama. Foster open communication to avoid bottling up feelings. Develop resilience by practicing emotional detachment from negative influences. Create a stable, nurturing home environment to support emotional well-being. Moon in Leo, the proud and warm-hearted mind. What the moon signifies. In Vedic astrology, the moon governs your mind, emotions, comfort zone, and instincts. It reflects your emotional nature and how you seek comfort and security. What Leo signifies. Leo is a fire sign ruled by the sun. Leo stands for creativity, leadership, pride, and self-expression. Moon in Leo gives a warm-hearted, generous, and proud emotional nature. There's a natural desire to shine and be recognized emotionally. The fire element adds enthusiasm, passion, and a need for appreciation. This placement often creates a confident, expressive, and affectionate person. Emotions are grand and dramatic, seeking admiration and love. Mindset and behavior, emotionally confident, expressive, enjoys being in the spotlight and appreciated by others. Loyal and protective of loved ones, takes pride in personal achievements and relationships. Naturally optimistic and warm-hearted. Challenges. Can be overly proud or stubborn, may seek validation excessively. Tendency toward emotional drama or exaggeration. Needs to watch ego and control impulsive reactions. What to practice? Practice humility and recognizing others' feelings equally. Cultivate patience to manage emotional ups and downs. Engage in self-reflection to balance pride and vulnerability. Avoid seeking constant external validation. Build inner confidence. Channel emotional energy into creative or leadership pursuits positively. Moon in Virgo, the analytical and caring mind. What the moon signifies. In Vedic astrology, the moon governs your mind, emotions, comfort zone, and instincts. It reflects your emotional responses and how you seek mental peace. What Virgo signifies. Virgo is an earth sign ruled by Mercury. Virgo symbolizes practicality, attention to detail, service, and purity. Moon in Virgo. Moon in Virgo brings a thoughtful and caring emotional nature. Emotions are expressed with caution, and there is a strong desire to help and improve. The earth element grounds the emotions, making them steady and reliable. This placement creates a mind that is detail-oriented, organized, and nurturing. There is a deep need for order, cleanliness, and usefulness in emotional life. Mindset and behavior. Analytical thinker who processes emotions carefully, values routines, cleanliness, and practical solutions, tends to worry and overthink emotional situations, expresses care through service and attention to detail, prefers helping others over focusing on challenges, can be overly critical of self and others, may get caught in worry or perfectionism, difficulty expressing emotions freely or openly, needs to avoid emotional stress from overthinking. What to practice? Practice relaxation techniques like meditation or pranayama to ease mental tension. Work on self-acceptance and reducing self-criticism. Allow space for emotional spontaneity and vulnerability. Focus on mindful balance between work and rest. Channel perfectionist tendencies into constructive habits, not self-judgment. Moon in Libra, the balanced and harmonious mind. What the moon signifies. In Vedic astrology, the moon represents your mind, emotions, comfort zone, and instincts. It reflects your inner feelings and how you seek emotional peace. What Libra signifies. Libra is an air sign ruled by Venus. Libra stands for balance, fairness, relationships, and beauty. Moon in Libra. Moon in Libra creates an emotionally balanced and charming nature. The mind desires harmony, peace, and connection with others. The air element makes emotions more intellectual and social. This placement makes the person diplomatic and sensitive to others' feelings. There's a strong need to maintain peace and avoid conflicts. Mindset and behavior. Socially aware and relationship-focused. Seeks fairness and balance in emotional life. Avoids confrontations, prefers compromise. Enjoys beauty, art, and pleasant environments. Can be indecisive when emotions are involved. Challenges. Difficulty making decisions due to desire to please everyone. May suppress own feelings to keep peace. Avoidance of conflict can lead to unresolved issues. Can be overly dependent on others' approval. What to practice? Practice assertiveness and clear communication of feelings. Set healthy boundaries in relationships. Embrace your own emotions without fear of upsetting others. Work on making decisive choices confidently. Engage in creative or artistic activities to soothe the mind. Moon in Scorpio, the intense and transformative mind. What the moon signifies. In Vedic astrology, the moon governs your mind, emotions, comfort, and instincts. It reflects the depth of your emotional world and mental responses. What Scorpio signifies. Scorpio is a water sign ruled by Mars and Ketu. It symbolizes depth, transformation, secrecy, and emotional power. Moon in Scorpio. Moon in Scorpio brings intense, passionate, and transformative emotions. The water element deepens feelings, making emotional experiences profound. Emotions are powerful and often hidden beneath a calm exterior. There is a strong intuition and psychic sensitivity. The mind is focused on emotional healing, transformation, and control. Mindset and behavior emotionally intense and private, deeply loyal, but can be suspicious or possessive, strong need for emotional honesty and authenticity. Attracted to mysterious and psychological depths. Can hold grudges and struggle with forgiveness. Challenges. Emotional extremes can lead to mood swings. Jealousy or controlling tendencies may arise. Difficulty trusting others fully. Tendency to brood or obsess over feelings. What to practice. Practice emotional openness and vulnerability with trusted people. Work on trust building and letting go of grudges. Use meditation or mindfulness to balance intense feelings. Engage in transformative activities like therapy or journaling. Allow yourself to forgive and release emotional pain. Moon in Sagittarius, the optimistic and free-spirited mind. What the moon signifies. In Vedic astrology, the moon governs your mind, emotions, comfort, and instincts. It reveals how you feel safe and emotionally nurtured. What Sagittarius signifies. Sagittarius is a fire sign ruled by Jupiter. It symbolizes freedom, adventure, higher knowledge, and optimism. Moon in Sagittarius. Moon in Sagittarius brings a joyful, adventurous, and restless emotional nature. The fire element adds enthusiasm and a desire to explore new horizons. Emotions are expressed openly and with optimism. There's a love for learning, philosophy, and travel. The mind seeks truth and freedom from restrictions. Mindset and behavior. Optimistic and positive thinker. Loves freedom and dislikes emotional confinement. Enjoys learning, exploring new cultures and ideas. Speaks openly and honestly, sometimes bluntly. Prefers to focus on the big picture rather than details. Challenges. Can be restless and impatient. May avoid dealing with deep emotional issues. Sometimes insensitive or tactless in speech. Difficulty sticking to routines or commitments. What to practice? Practice patience and mindfulness in emotional matters. Work on listening skills and thoughtful communication. Ground yourself with routines or meditation. Cultivate sensitivity when expressing opinions. Balance freedom with responsibility in relationships. Moon in Capricorn, the practical and responsible mind. What the moon signifies. In Vedic astrology, the moon governs your mind, emotions, comfort, and instincts. It shows how you feel nurtured and emotionally secure. What Capricorn signifies. Capricorn is an earth sign ruled by Saturn. It symbolizes discipline, responsibility, ambition, and structure. Moon in Capricorn. Moon in Capricorn brings a reserved, practical, and cautious emotional nature. The earth element grounds the emotional mind, focusing on long-term security. Emotions are controlled and expressed carefully. The person values stability, success, and respect. There is a strong sense of responsibility toward family and work. Mindset and behavior. Practical and realistic thinker, keeps emotions guarded and private, highly disciplined and ambitious, prefers to plan and work steadily toward goals. Emotionally mature and dependable. Challenges. Can be emotionally reserved or distant. Tends to worry or feel stressed about responsibilities. May appear pessimistic or overly serious. Finds it hard to express softer emotions openly. What to practice? Practice opening up emotionally to close ones. Use stress relief techniques like meditation or yoga. Allow yourself moments of relaxation and play. Balance work with personal and emotional needs. Cultivate optimism and self-compassion. Moon in Aquarius, the independent and visionary mind. What the moon signifies. The moon governs your inner feelings, mind, and emotional comfort in Vedic astrology. What Aquarius signifies. Aquarius is an air sign ruled by Saturn and Rahu. It represents innovation, freedom, humanitarian ideals, and originality. Moon in Aquarius. Moon in Aquarius brings a mind that is logical, independent, and forward-thinking. There is a natural detachment from intense emotions, replaced by a focus on ideas and social causes. The air element promotes mental agility and sociability. Emotions are expressed in a friendly but detached way. The person values freedom and unconventional thinking. Mindset and behavior. Intellectual and analytical in emotional matters. Prefers friendships and group activities. Emotionally detached but compassionate. Likes to challenge traditions and explore new ideas. Needs personal freedom to feel emotionally secure. Challenges. Can be emotionally distant or aloof. Sometimes unpredictable or rebellious. Struggles to express deep feelings openly. May feel restless or detached from personal ties. What to practice? Work on building deeper emotional connections with loved ones. Practice patience and active listening. Engage in grounding activities like meditation or nature walks. Balance independence with emotional openness. Allow vulnerability and emotional expression. Moon in Pisces, the sensitive and spiritual mind. What the moon signifies. In Vedic astrology, the moon governs your emotional world, mind, and comfort. What Pisces signifies. Pisces is a water sign ruled by Jupiter and Neptune traditionally. It represents compassion, spirituality, dreams, and deep intuition. Moon in Pisces. The moon in Pisces brings a highly sensitive, emotional, and imaginative mind. There is a natural empathy and connection to the unseen and mystical realms. Water element enhances emotional depth and intuition. The person often feels a strong spiritual or artistic pull. Compassion and selflessness are strong qualities. Mindset and behavior deeply intuitive and empathetic, often lost in imagination or dreams, highly compassionate and kind-hearted, may struggle with boundaries and saying no, sensitive to energies and moods around them. Challenges can be overly emotional or prone to escapism. Difficulty distinguishing reality from fantasy. Tendency to avoid confrontations or tough truths. Vulnerable to emotional overwhelm. What to practice? Practice grounding techniques such as walking barefoot or spending time in nature. Set clear emotional boundaries to avoid being drained. Use mindfulness and meditation to stay present. Channel emotions into creative or spiritual pursuits. Seek support when feeling overwhelmed emotionally. That's all for this video. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more astrology insights. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Stay tuned for more videos on planets, houses, and remedies in Vedic astrology. Thank you for your support and keep shining bright.